And we're live. And I'm joined by Chewbacca. Chewbacca's here to celebrate International Women's Day. Thanks, Chewy.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Everyone's like, if everybody is watching back on this or watching right now, they go, what the? That was my reaction to ask her. It's like looking down at my screen going, what the hell is it? Everybody, it's Jax, Mangled Unicorn, joining me today for a little last minute pop up. Hey, girl.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going. Jax, you never looked, oh, wait a minute, where is it? You never looked prettier. And we have Brenda T. Hi, Brenda.
I spend a lot on razors.
Yeah. So, Brenda, I don't know if you saw that, but just back it up a few seconds and yeah. So, something's going incognito. So, going incognito. Okay, because I said hi to her. All righty. So, everybody, today's International Women's Day. So, happy International Women's Day, everybody. For me, it's like everybody should be celebrated, loved, and respected every single day. But they, chiseled out this little day for, a acknowledgement or a remembrance. And so we'll take the wins, right? Like you say, where we can get them.
hmm
And I said to Jax, I was thinking about doing a show. Are there any free slots you think today? Because Jax is really good at keeping an eye on the schedule of all channels. And she goes, well, there's a 5 o'clock and there's a 7 o'clock. And I said, well, do you want to join me for a 5 o'clock? And she said, yes. So she's here and her alter ego, Chewbacca. But yes, thank you everybody for joining us. Make sure to subscribe to Jack. She's starting to do her videos. She's done a few you've done a read. Yes, you did a reading.
My first one, I ripped the Band-Aid off. It was scary. I really just wanted to play with the editing equipment. Well, I mean, I downloaded an app, right? And I'm trying it out for free, but I find that kind of stuff enjoyable. And I know that I'm AUDHD. So like when I'm talking, it's like when I'm talking to a person, I can't stay focused on them. And I watch the video and I'm like, crap, I am looking to the side and stuff. So my solution was little graphics.
I do the same thing when I do readings or I talk, I go like this and I'm like, because I'm processing thoughts and I'm like, Heather, really, you should maybe look at the camera often, but it's just the way my brain, if I get too distracted, then I lose, the train of thought. So Brenda says, yes, she did. That was a lot of fun. We all need a good laugh. So she wanted to bring some lightheartedness to it. So but when I said you want to join me and we can talk about a few women, and
You said taco.
yeah,
I'm going to say yes.
of course. Well, I was hoping she would, and she did. Now Heather went down the rabbit hole, wormhole, any type of orifice you can think of, and I came up with all of these women. I was like one after the other. I was thinking, well, what about science? What about art? What about poetry? And even women from my Black Obsidian that I've learned about, and I just wanted to start the show with a poem by a woman who is greatly missed, but man, what a force of nature she was when she was with us. The poem is called "Still I Rise" by Maya Angelou. And it goes, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tide, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Do you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes. Shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the hurts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously dear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Happy International Women's Day, everybody.
Snaps for Maya. That was awesome.
Definitely snaps for Maya. I don't know if I haven't heard that in a long time. As I'm reading it, I'm just like, I've got like goose flesh all over. So,
Me too.
but so yeah, I have, quite a few, but I'm just going to hand it over to Jax. And who did you want to share today?
I wanted to share Virginia Lynch. She is the founder of forensic nursing. And in the 1970s and 80s, she revolutionized documentation of sexual assault survivors in an emergency room setting because they would just treat them, send them on their way. I do a lot of feminism looking up and things, and I mean, really, the 50s and 60s, the era that it's so great. It's women were indentured servants. What is it that you think is so great? So, for her to recognize that there's an issue, because she worked at a hospital, an emergency room in Boston, and they seem to have a spate of the essays happening. And so, key details of her stuff that she did was she pioneered documentation. So she identified forensic evidence that was being lost, discarded, and there was a lack of training among staff, specifically, the men doctors. They weren't being as kind as they could be. So she developed specialized protocols to document all the injuries and preserve the evidence, without sacrificing patient care. And then there's a foundation. It's called SANE, SANE. It's Sexual Assault Nursing Examiner. And she founded the International Association of Forensic Nurses in 1992. And so she, along with some other key figures, have really helped put a spotlight on something that needed to change greatly.
Yeah. And we're still having to make strides with that. Some places are really good, and then there are some that are still backwater, especially right now with our current administration. But, well, like Maya said, still we will rise. And is she still alive?
I didn't. Not sure. Let's see. Lynch. This is about who she has worked with. Hang on.
And everyone who is watching, I'm seeing the numbers popping up. Thank you. Hit the like if you can. It's International Women's Day, and we are celebrating. And I have my little my little lists here because there are so many women.
She is still alive. She gave a talk in November of 2025. She gave a lecture.
Wonderful. And Kat, who had joined us, Says the hospital I worked at has a SANE program. Wonderful. Every single one.
Boston City Hospital is the one specifically that she worked at back in the day that she started all of this with. And she enlisted, it was not just her because, she was like the physical hands-on stuff. She was working with the sociologist, like the mental health pieces of it. And they together developed the protocols that we now use post SA in the hospital setting.
Wow, good for her. A lot of women are blessed because of that. I just did not realize just how many women there were in the world that have made differences. Um, I'm going to just shout out some, like back in 2018, we had the first Native American woman become a part of the of Congress. Let's see, we had actually two women. Um, Let me move this up here. So 2018 election marked a major milestone with the election of the first two enrolled Native American women to Congress. Sharice Davids, a member of the Ho-Chunk Nation, and Deb Haaland, a citizen of the Pueblo of Laguna, were elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Their entry meant that for the first time, multiple Native American women with formal enrollment status and federally recognized tribes were serving together. So I've been trying to look at different aspects, different backgrounds, different cultures. When it came to scientists, there have been, I even see people that I know that aren't mentioned here. Here we go. Marie Curie, Rosalind Franklin, Katherine Johnson all had made groundbreaking contributions to science, shaping fields from physics to space exploration. Let's see, there is also a young woman, Phyllis Wheatley Peters, was an enslaved African born poet and the first African American to publish a book of poetry. And this was I believe, let's see, she was kidnapped from West Africa around 1753, brought to Boston 1761, and she passed on December 5th, 1784 in Boston. Let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say having open dialogues about all kinds of things is really important because we need to know that we're not alone, that we can do it, and it's hardest, of course, for the first person to stand up. But when someone's brave enough, oftentimes you will find others to join in that feel the same way.
Yeah, and like Sky Denture, yes, Sky Denture, Sky Dancer. Please don't forget Louise Hay. Exactly. She was there at the forefront when, AIDS was happening and nobody would want to touch any men. And she did a video, or I don't know what show she was on, if it was something she recorded herself, filmed. But she put her arms around every single young man that was there, that were diagnosed, to show people, your fear, your ignorance, this is, so she took a stand back in the 80s. I remember that. Doreen Virtue, yeah, make Carterine acceptable, though she's kind of backslid on that. Kat says there were children as patients also. Yeah, children. So
Yep.
not only did she assist, adult women, but adolescent women and children as well. You think there'd be a day and age when we still would not be talking about this, especially, but everything with the Epstein files and what we're finding out more about children and these young women. It's just I don't know if it's ever going to go away. And I'm trying to pull up something. I'm using my mouse and I'm using my iPad. So when it comes to really quick to athletes, over the years, Jackie Joyner Kersey. Who was the one
Billie
again?
Jean King.
Billie Jean King. Thank you. Her name left me again. There was somebody I did want to mention. Gymnastic legend. So Vera Kaslavska, a Czechoslovak gymnast, won 7 gold Olympic gold medals, and 22 international titles between 1959 and 68. But beyond her athletic success, she became a political symbol by protesting the 68 Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia during the Olympics, demonstrating courage both on and off the field. So another
Huh.
amazing, just, and of course, I'm an artist, so I can't go without mentioning Judy Chicago, American feminist artist, educator, and author, well known for her dinner party, which featured my favorite female artist of all time, Georgia O'Keeffe. So I highly recommend checking out Judy. She is still kicking with us. She is 86 years old. So I had to give out our
I give, if you're talking about celebrities, I give Mariska Hargitay props because as with her role in Law and Order SVU, she doesn't
yes.
just play it; she's become a sexual assault counselor, and it makes a difference, a huge difference.
Mhm.
As someone who's experienced trauma, like just a variety of kinds, like you're never alone, never.
Yeah. I really love that show, but after a while, I just had to stop watching because I found myself going out, looking over my shoulder, wondering, and it was just to the point where it's like, okay, I got to take a break. Because she's been able to do this for almost 20 years on the
Yeah.
show for that particular Law and Order. And Mona Lee has joined us. Hello, Mona Lee. Um, and other people in passing, really quick, Sappho, she was a Greek lyricist and a lesbian as
Hmm.
well. Um, Edna St. Vincent Millay, she was a Pulitzer Prize winner. I need to look more into her. And I also want to give a shout out to Paula Cole. People know Where Have the Cowboys Gone? I Don't Want to Wait. She's had many albums since then. But what a lot of people don't realize, she was the first female producer of their own record to be nominated as producer at the Grammys.
Oh.
She lost, of course. She won our Best New Artist of the Year, but she was the very first women producer nominated for a Grammy. So,
She was one of Peter Gabriel's backup singers before she struck it out big on her own. She's got powerful lungs, and I love Peter Gabriel. I'm a big
yeah.
fan of older rock. Thank you, Dad.
And Peter actually sang with her for her second album, where the song, where the Cowboys Gone, and they did a song called Hush Hush. And I think it had to do with a father and a son coming together. I think the son had AIDS. I haven't listened to that in a long time, but just really, she's a powerful, soulful woman. I spent $55 just to see her for 40 minutes at the Lilith Fair back in 97, but I got to see, Natalie Merchant, Emmylou Harris,
Ah, that's
Liz
so
Fair
good.
was there, Sarah McLaughlin. So there's,
Massively jelly. Massively jelly.
yeah, well, there's some people that I've gotten to see, like for me now, I'm big on Florence and the Machine, another woman powerhouse who's openly bisexual. She reflects that in her music, in her performance. She radiates. A lot of these women just radiate. Oh, I want to say
Confidence.
confidence. They radiate. Yeah, in all
There's a
in the
there's
mind.
a you know what it is? It's you know that you're seeing a piece of their soul when they perform. That's
Mhm.
special, right? Because how many times do we go around and we're like on autopilot and doing this and that? And like I myself am guilty of oversharing when somebody says, "How are you doing?" And they really just want fine. And it's like, oh, I gotta back it up. That's the ADHD and autism in me. But I'm always fun.
And Tori Amos also wrote and helped heal a lot of young women with her song "Me and a Gun,"
Yes.
reflecting her. And she took her power back
Assault, yeah.
about her sexual assault. Now, if we can all take a moment. So Desiree had just become a grandma and she lost her grandson. Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
goodness.
Desiree.
Don't know what happened, sweetheart. Um,
Love and light for you. I'm really sorry.
yeah, you were just here last week celebrating with us. Um, Yeah, we all send you a lot of love to you and to your grandson as he crosses that beautiful rainbow bridge. And I'm sure he has a lot of his ancestors waiting with him there to help him cross over. We're so sorry, Desiree. Oh, honey, words just don't. Words just don't cut it. Well, you're getting good vibes right here. We're all sending you love. And there's Judith. Hello, Judith. And for people who may not have seen Desiree's comment, yeah, he was born early. Um, he had surgery and didn't pull through. He had a hole in his intestines. Oh, sweetheart. So we can all send Desiree some love. I came for your love and I got it. Thank you so much. You're welcome, my dear. If we can just all hold Desiree, say a prayer for her, her family, for her little grandson. Just hold them in their thoughts. Send that beautiful pink love and light. So sorry, Desiree. So here's a woman for International Women's Day. Women like Desiree. I have a friend, Christine, who lost a child, um, miscarriage, and these women, how they come through. You know, your daughter Desiree, you this that takes a lot of strength, a lot of resiliency, and to be and vulnerability to be able to come and share your pain. So this is what I love about my channel is that it's like a healing circle. Somebody comes in and they're hurt. We circle around and we offer our love and our condolences. Yes.
They say that those that leave early like that, as children, as aborted babies, things of that nature, miscarriages, they say that they're higher level, if you want to call them levels, but higher. They're souls that came to learn difficult lessons. You know, if you're into the school of thought that we plan our adventures before we come down, a choice of adventures. And like, it doesn't help us that are here still suffering, but to know that it has a purpose at least gives me some semblance of solace of all the various things I've experienced in life. I just hope it helps, someone or the lesson.
And Desiree, I want to share a story with you. When my mom was born, well, actually, was it my mom born first? Yeah, my mom was born first. She had a twin, and he survived only one day. His name was Theodore. And so my mom always kind of held that, I lived, my twin brother, passed, but she always held such love for him. Back when I was in my 20s, I had a dream of a young man that came to me. I was in the kitchen with people, ancestors, I didn't know who they were, and he smiled at me. He says, "Hey, Heather, what's going on?" And I remember, basically looking at him saying, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Don't you remember me?" He goes, "I'm your Uncle Teddy." And I went, "Oh, Uncle Teddy, of course." So that dream was very real, Desiree. And so even though my mother's brother passed only being a day old, he was there in spirit. He was like in this, he showed me as himself as like 30 some years old, a nice grim goatee, brownish red hair. And so I know that doesn't take away the pain, but just know that they are on the other side. And at some point they will either come back or, they will come to you. Let's see, yes, Lise, I believe that. Just
Prayers for Theon and Desiree and all the family affected.
yeah, the Henri Newman. He was 7 days old. What a beautiful name. I've never heard the name Theon. Wow, that's a powerful name. I knew coming here
It was in
before.
Game of Thrones, Theon Greyjoy.
Oh, okay. See, I never watched that. So there we go. Very,
I
very.
didn't either, but I read too much. uh,
So, yep. On this International Women's Day, all of our ancestors, all of our mothers, all of our aunts, everybody, we all come around and we hold space for you, my dear. And yes, it's a beautiful name. And Theon has joined your spirit band watching over you. Yep. So I had a lot of people I was going to read about. Just in mentioning, Bridget Bishop, Hildegard von Bingen, women from the past. So Desiree, I actually wanted to talk about briefly. I know she has to be here. Where is she? These are the athletes. No scientists. No. Don't tell me I lost her. Okay, well, her name is Amunet or Amunete. Okay. She was a Native American woman. Let me find her where she was in this book. So Amunate was born around 1596 as the daughter of Chief Powhatan, the leader of numerous tribes in the region. She played an important role in establishing peaceful relations between the Powhatan people and the English settlers of Jamestown. Over time, Amunate acted as a bridge between her people and the English settlers, helping ease tensions and fostering a period of relative peace. However, in 1613, Amunate was captured and held as a hostage, forced to convert to Christianity, change her name, and marry an English settler. Does anybody may also know her other name? She was known as Pocahontas.
Right there.
Amunate represents the collision of cultures, the struggles of colonization, and the complexities of identity, inviting us to confront our own prejudices and barriers to unity. She encourages us to embrace the lessons of empathy, resilience, and the power of forging connections across differences, which we so need right now. Amunate symbolizes the power of bridging divides, whether they are cultural, racial, or ideological. I'm talking about the card. So this card prompts you to actively work towards building connections and finding commonalities with others. It encourages diplomacy, compassion, and finding peaceful resolutions to conflicts. Seek balance, mutual respect, and understanding. Address conflicts or imbalances in your relationships and find ways to restore harmony and peace. And so she would be someone that we could probably call upon from, our ancestors to help us through this time. And there's Cookie, right?
Yes, Miss Cookie.
Hi, Cookie. Did you come to give
Hi,
us some
baby.
puppy love? Oh,
Yeah.
puppy kisses. Look at that face. You're so cute. Oh, yeah.
It was raining this afternoon, so she had a really good nap.
Oh, did you have a good nappies? So, but yeah. Um, when it comes to other women, like I said, it was a long, a long list. But yeah. So, Jax, is it a Disney photo?
It is.
Did I miss something when I was?
Oh, you said Pocahontas. I have a picture of Pocahontas on my wall.
Are you
It's
really? Oh my
one of
goodness.
those lithographs. I got it when I was at Disney. When I worked there for I think like 6 years till I went crazy.
And then she had to leave. So. Right, alrighty. So, Jax, anybody else want to mention women that they look up to from history? Please feel free to share. And of course, I have got to grab my. So we brought some
Bye, Judith.
uploaded. Oh, bye, Judith. Thank you for being here, hon. Have a good one. Yes, cookie, cookie, cookie. So, if anybody would like a positive, you know, Women's Day, International Women's Day reading, just put the me in all caps. And I forgot to grab my unshakable inner faith. I really think we need that today. All righty.
Yeah, I got a couple different things here depending on what someone wants. I have the Wild, Sacred, and Feminine deck. That one's a fun one. This one, the Luminescent Oracle, and then I do have a Goddess Oracle deck too. So those are my lady decks, and then I come packing with my Chinese Five Elements Oracle, and I really like this Dead Inside deck, but it's kind of sassy. It's not so sweet, but it's
Oh, we can
fun.
use sass today. We can use a little lightheartedness. Wow, that deck is nowhere to be seen. So what I think I'm going to do is grab my healing heart from that. That's so weird. I had that unshakable inner peace. Everybody has no idea. I mean, I don't have as many cards as decks as some people do, but still, my goodness. All
Desiree
right.
wants the Dead Inside deck.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
bust her out.
Let's see. Do I want to pull any tarot? Yeah, when women had wings. Let's pull that one out.
I really like the back of these cards. They're so pretty.
Skulls. Yes, yes. So where is my? There you are. Okay. So first ring is for Desiree, and if anybody else would like one, just put me. Sky Dancer says, I want a Jack special.
Okay.
One Jack special coming up.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two cards from the Dead Inside deck. I, this week is I don't know, something big is going to happen in addition to just our own lives. So I'm going to do two Dead Inside decks. So I want to know what challenges are coming up this week, because I think we all have them. And then I'm going to use my Rainbow Brain Skull deck. I really like that one, and see what kind of work that we need to do on ourselves with this difficult time. With everything happening, Desiree, I feel like it's a time to go within and use your inner strength to be strong for your family. All right. Okay. So you have two cards. You have Ghosted Again, Seen and Never Replied. So in setting up all these things that you need to set up, be patient, right? And persistent, because it's difficult, and they're going to need help. I mean, I would. Mental loop, replaying the breakup. So as far as a challenge, don't get stuck in doom thinking, right? It's easy to do. It's nobody's fault. It's just the way things had to happen. And we need to keep walking our path, regardless of what's going on. And I find that, if you continue to walk with like true intentions, like love and light, the pathway seems to be a little bit easier to find that you're looking to go on. Now, for the Rainbow Brain Skull, I'll show you the front of this. I love this deck. Let's see. We have card number 70. Okay, so it says, yeah, I guess I do stuff, but I don't feel like an actual thing yet. So when you're doing all this stuff, take the win. It may feel like something small, something inconsequential, but for the people that you do the things for, it could mean a lot more than we actually think it does. The book itself says, if you felt fully formed, wouldn't the game be over? Many of the greats struggle with imposter system syndrome, while amateurs are brimming with confidence. Take it as a good sign that you don't feel like an actual thing yet. It probably means you are one. So just keep plugging along as you're going on this adventure with your family. Strength is contagious, I find. So let your strength help carry them too, because it'll be an example for them. And thank you for letting me read for you, Desiree. I'm sorry about your loss. Much love for you and your family.
Alrighty. I'm gonna end up pulling from a different deck as well. Um, okay. So your two oracle cards, Desiree. Let's see what she said here. I feel numb, and of course you're going to, sweetheart. We all go through and experience grief differently in the different stages. That's a beautiful idea. Planting a tree in his honor. Um, yeah. Any suggestions on what kind of tree? For me, I love lilacs. But I hear they kind of take a while to grow, but still, oh, the sweet scent of lilacs. Or maybe a rose bush. You know, roses represent love. Maybe doing a rose bush in his honor. So, sweetheart, first of all, from the seeds from the sacred feminine, I got watch your thoughts. Okay. I know that this is a time of a lot of pain. Um, and we're allowed to have those emotions, those thoughts. We're human. It's going to be experiencing. And with grief, we're going to go through all those different stages. They claim it's one through so many, but we're all different. We'll be moving up and down through those. For our whole lives when we lose somebody. Loss is never easy. So the watching your thoughts is just making sure that um, you don't go down a dark path, that your thoughts don't overtake you. Don't let the shadow aspect of your thoughts overtake you. Um, Making sure that, if you need someone to talk to, if you need a counselor or somebody, maybe an elder from your community, um, find someone to speak to. But yes, just watch your thoughts, make sure you keep yourself mentally in a good place, because also by you keeping yourself in a mentally good place, you're there to be able to support everybody else in your family. Because like they say, when we like a mother is supposed to give oxygen, to the child, case they use this weird airplane scenario, but it makes sense because if we're not able to take care of ourselves first, we're not going to be able to take care of others.
You can't pour from an empty cup, Heather.
Exactly. So from your healing heart, I got the cautious heart, and it says, have enough wisdom to get back up. And there's your card for that one. The artwork in this deck is just absolutely beautiful. And I
I love
want to be
that.
able to read for you from this. It says, dear heart, I know you have experienced some painful losses, and this has made you cautious. You are wary of anyone new coming close and creating havoc inside your inner being. You have shut down your deepest feelings and have resorted to being a watchdog for potential danger. You have experienced so much disappointment in your earlier life that you no longer allow space for spontaneity. Your soft, intuitive, freedom loving self has been squeezed out to make room for control, tension, and shells of protection. So while this card is acknowledging your losses, I think it goes along with the watching your thoughts, because as the days progress and time moves on, it's just kind of like an acknowledgement of watching our thoughts, that we don't cut ourselves off from others, that we shut ourselves down and not be open to love, or human touch or connection. And it also says the time has come for you to step out of fear and into trust. Um, and I'm going to leave it there for that card's message. And I love these cards. your two tarot cards because the top one I think is Theon. You got the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords are things that move fast. Boy, he came in fast. He came in and he fought, but he was there to share who he was with all of you. The Knight of Swords are fast moving. They're they're decisive. You know, I don't know if he did, any type of talking. The knights usually love to talk, to express their ideas, to communicate. It just feels like there was so much that he had to say in so little time. And I think too, once you connect with your dreams and your family does that, there will be messages coming to you from him in whichever form that he wants to take. Maybe you will see or sense his spirit. You may see something in nature, possibly connected with whatever tree or plant that you plant for him. And your underlying energy is the Empress. This is the mother, the nurturing, the giving. So making sure the message is to make sure you continue to nurture yourself, to nurture those in your family, be there for his mama, there for everybody, be there for yourself, and embrace that other energy. So
I'm gonna cry, Desiree. That is so sweet. I really glad you got to have that moment.
let's see. You got excited when I placed. Oh, honey. So yeah, he came in like a whirlwind.
Like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, and now that Empress energy, making sure that okay, now you give yourself love, you nurture one another. The Empress is about really celebrating life, celebrating your body, your sensuality, your senses, your creativity, tapping into nature, everything that's alive, everything that's creative. um, Let him being here inspire something beautiful. um, and let's see. All paths lead to the light. Let the Mormons do their thing. You do your rites in private. Theon understands. Oh, I must have missed something, huh? I don't know where Mormons came in.
The family of the parents, they're the Mormon, and then
Mormons.
she is not. She is different. Um,
Okay.
so while you were doing your thing, Heather, I don't know why I just had an inkling to play with my goddess oracle deck for you,
Mhm.
Desiree. This is the card that I got for a goddess that's going to be with you this week. I don't know if it's JC or Jackie, but it's the Brazilian moon goddess. It says, I take the time to be still and calm my soul. Now, the Brazilian moon goddess, she does have a ritual. It says she represents tranquility and reflection, and the ritual helps you find a moment of stillness in your day. So step outside under the night sky and find the moon. Silently express gratitude for something in your life. So the moon goddess was fashioned by the thunder god Tupa, and is so beautiful and bright that she illuminates the darkest sky and is a beacon of hope for humans and gods alike. Her heart is open and filled with love for the rainforest, and she is governed by the element of water. When the sun god beheld her, his passion was so strong it burned trees and crumbled the earth. She cried when she saw the destruction, and her tears quelled the fires. The lovers decided to stay apart, but her grief was so strong that her tears formed the Amazon River. The lovers wait for the brief moments during an eclipse when they could reunite.
Oh, that's beautiful. We just had an eclipse too. Um,
Yes.
and that was a full moon eclipse.
Yeah, I
That
got up to see it and it was below the horizon and I was disappointed. But it's okay, I tried. I was up anyway.
Yeah, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no way that it was going to be up at 4 o'clock. So, well, we hope that helped, Desiree. Our emails in the description. If you ever need for us to reach out and to talk, please let us. At least I can speak for myself. I don't speak for Jax, but know that you can reach me through my email.
I'm there. I got a big heart, lots of love to give. If somebody needs to just reach out. I'm there.
Reach out. I'll be there. I just, Heather can't help but hear a song. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Jax. I'm drinking my moon water and crying, but it feels good. Not sad love. You all, I have to get going. Be back soon. Funeral's Tuesday. Okay, honey. Much love.
Hugs. Hugs and love.
And Sky Dancer is up. She wants a Jax special. Do you want me to
I'm going to try? So I did, she wanted a general. So that was I did a more complicated spread because it was like an email thing and I could be a little bit more wordsmithy. So I'm gonna do a 3-card pull. It's called the Sacred Triangle. And I'm gonna use the five elements, or the Chinese elements, not 5 because there's more. The Chinese elements oracle. So the first card is indicative of heaven, and it's guidance, and then we'll go through the rest of them. So let me just finish shuffling, and I will. So it is a triangle shape.
Every day I'm shuffling. That was Gangnam Style, right? Every day I'm shuffling.
No, LMFAO. Red Food is one of the.
LMFAO. Okay.
Yeah, Party Rockers. Isn't that Party Rockers song? Heaven, Earth.
Ooh. Sexy cards, Sky Dancer.
So let's see. Woodbird. '86.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do it so low.
So your first card So your first card is the Heaven card. This is like guidance from heaven. So for you, they have rest and retreat. It's the wood bird. So for the wood bird, it says it's a yin element, which is the female of the element. Yang is the male. Yin wood is soft, adaptable, and gentle, but it can be too accommodating at the expense of losing the self, especially in the presence of the bird's pure yin metal. The bird loves to charm and indulge, but can be harsh and overly critical with the self. So this is a card as a reminder for you to take better care of yourself. There is a specific message from heaven. It says, yin wood gets its strength from gentleness. Treat your mind and body gently to improve your well-being. And it's a dual, there's always 2 elements. It's a dual element. So the metal yin highlights the self-care, and you want to nourish your mind with words that inspire. So much like a somebody who's very physical, like say a soldier, they need to practice and sparring. Same thing with our spiritual selves. We need to remember to slow down and take care of it. So that was the first card. That's your guidance from heaven. The second card is opportunities and challenges that the earth presents you. And it's the fire monkey. And that is about change, which is right on with everything that's going on, huh? So let's see, the fire monkey 110. All right, the fire monkey pillar points to instability in your current situation. The fire sitting on top of the metal element of the monkey, like the sun, is inclusive and unconditional in shining in its light. Like a wildfire, it can burn everything in its path in a short time. The monkey is loyal, dedicated, and willing to risk it all to defend the truth, but also quick to let go of what doesn't serve. As a yang metal sign, the monkey doesn't hold on or do anything halfway. He either commits fully or he leaves swiftly. So the earth is going to be throwing some changes at you. It just means you're going to have to surf it, right? Surf the waves of life. I want to drown. Nobody wants to drown. Um, but you're going to use like monkeys in the Chinese zodiac. They're known for being like sharp and smart, and they have curiosity. So when they're throwing the challenges at you, don't forget to use everything to your advantage. Because we don't, necessity is the mother of invention, right? Sometimes until we're pushed, we don't know what we can do. So go at it with alacrity, right? The monkey is an energetic being. And then for the third card, it's a message from your inner self. And what you got was the water dog. Now, let's see, water dog.
You should say that the dogs across the street are barking.
They agree.
Mm-hmm.
In 66. Okay, for the water dog, it says play with the waves. It's a yang element, and its oceanic force over the dog's insurmountable earth element may seem ominous at first. Imagine tidal waves pouring over a mountain, but firm, faithful earth elements conquers water and the elements associated with fear. The waves have no chance of beating the mountain that has stood for an eternity. The intuitive dog knows when to jump into the water with glee and play with the waves. Our fears may overwhelm us, but they can be contained with positive thinking, confidence, and faith, setting short term goals and a long term vision. So it's interesting. I'm looking at all of these, and you've got self care that Spirit's telling you, and then your inner guidance is to play with the waves. I feel like you need to not forget how to have childlike wonder as you're going through whatever change is going to be thrown at you this week, because nothing is everything is changeable, right? Change is inevitable is actually the principle that Buddha told us. The pillar is what they call it. So that's what I have for you for kind of a general for the week. And I'm going to pull a little rainbow brain skull just because I love this deck. And I don't know, the messages are always right on. And it's really about kind of connecting back in with yourself, spiritually. And I do like the silver edges. I love a good edge.
Yeah.
It's starting to fade a little, but it's not the worst. It's still pretty shiny. I like that.
I like shiny.
All right, let me give it one good.
Roman has joined us.
Hi, Roman. Wow. This is right on with your change is coming theme. You got evolve into a non-complainer. The highest vibration one can achieve is to be okay with any outcome. Like the monk from all those stories who would often say after anything bad happened, so. You got to say that kind of accentuated. You don't want to say it fast or it's going to sound like something else.
I wonder, Ever, what do you mean?
And that's what I have for you, Sky Dancer. Thank you for letting me read for you.
All righty. So, Sky, your card from the Victorian deck I have is both like two tarot cards in one. It says star at the top and it says strength at the bottom. And there she is in all her sexiness. So there you go. The star is making me think about hopes, dreams, and wishes. And the strength is she's standing on her strength, her inner strength to be able to uphold and sustain. those dreams. And it also feels like it's almost kind of like a moon behind her as well, which is perfect because your name is Sky Dancer and the stars are in the sky. And so with that card, I'm looking at your tarot and I got the Seven of Pentacles. So that strength is making me think you've got some dreams or goals or things that you are in the process of planning and wanting to develop. And it's taking a little time, and that's okay. And in Angie's book, a line that stood out to me is an invitation to step back and assess the progress made and the work that remains to be done to reach maximum reward. So it's showing me with the strength and the star that you are still holding on to that dream. Just keep persevering. Things will grow and develop as they are meant to be. Now, your underlying energy card, you also got the strength card. And I pulled an additional card to go with it, and I got the Three of Cups. So, whatever, to me, it feels like it's some sort of project. And it doesn't have to be an art project to get the Empress for creativity. So, this is about continuing to nurture your enthusiasm. Make sure that you continue to nurture your creativity, your desire to create this project, nurture it, grow it. And when I asked for a clarifier, I got the Three of Cups. So it feels like already, though, you are celebrating, you have others with you. And I love this, is, I think, my favorite Three of Cups card, because instead of three people, it's her balancing three cups. And so she's basically celebrating with herself. So here is continue to celebrate yourself,
Come
celebrate
on,
your
go ahead.
creativity, continue to,
Go.
work on nurturing and developing whatever this goal, dream, project that you have. And just know that there's a little bit of perseverance, a little bit of time, and to have patience. And that's what I have for you, Sky Dancer. It's nice to be able to read for you again.
Sorry, I had to let Cookie out. She needed to explore.
She needed to do her thing. So, Sky said, this was so right on. Have been so angry this weekend. Got to learn to not to be a complainer. And then, thank you, Heather. I got to let go and walk away while nurturing myself. Yes. So, whatever that strength you need to keep holding on, the star isn't just about our dreams and goals. It's about hope, not losing hope, especially, what's going on right now. A lot of us can feel like that. So, perhaps that Pentacles is just reminding us to keep tapping into that creativity, sustain ourselves, celebrate ourselves, our little wins, and not to lose faith that our things that we are planning for, we're hoping for, will eventually come to fruition. So up and
And
dancing.
nothing is forever, right? Like you can never hold any frequency, whether it's happiness, sadness, indefinitely. So it's really just about being okay with the shifts because they're gonna happen. If you fight it, that's when it gets really fucking hard.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
that's
up
a bad
next,
word.
people know this. Everyone knows this is, an adult channel. So Kat, are you still here? Oh, yep, she's right there saying hi to Roman. So Kat would like a reading. She says she is here. So what deck? I'm pull from the Healing Heart for you on this one. And Roman, if you're still here, what are you up to today? Besides up to no good. And then we always jokingly tell him, go take a shower. I can smell you over here.
Smell you later.
Roman. Yeah, I'll usually say, hey, Roman, what you doing? Want to do a pop-up? No, I haven't showered yet. that's our running joke with each other when it comes to with the shower.
When they get smell-o-vision, we're in trouble.
Oh, boy. Slap on some of that boots. you know.
We got a jumper.
Ooh, I like jumpers.
It's a good jumper too. I'm impressed. Okay. So I am going to use the luminescent oracle. Okay. This is a what they call the pillar spread. Um, this is going to be the first card is about um, how to strengthen your surroundings. You got sorry fingers the independence card.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They're highlighting in this particular iteration self reliance, determination, and boldness. The courage within me enables me to stand tall. I value my strength of judgment, which affirms my point of view. Even when I am alone, I am bold enough to act righteously. I am respected for being brave and standing up for myself. I admire my willpower and fortitude, which brings me a step closer to peace. Okay, so that's how you strengthen your surroundings. I think that just goes back to this is like a running theme I've seen in so many shows over the past few weeks, particularly. We don't, they're trying to separate us from the all there is within us. Self independence, turn inward because you have the strength to continue on. Now, the second card is what will change as you walk through the passage. You got the persistence card. For persistence, they're highlighting tolerance, fortitude, and endurance. Nothing will bring me down today. I will be persistent no matter what tensions arise. I will hold my sword and defend my position at all costs, protecting myself and enduring any battle I have to confront. I know that the inner power from within me and life will reward me for my fortitude. So again, going within and drawing out the strength to keep going. And then for your final card, this is what stopped you from taking the leap of faith. This is the eagerness card.
I like that.
And this is kind of an interesting, it's like a half moon, and you can't see it because everything is black. But if you were, she's like sitting on her open cloak and like they're looking up. For the eagerness card, they are highlighting passion, fierceness, and enthusiasm. So moving past the mists with a serene spirit, today I embrace the passion and the enthusiasm to fulfill the given objective. I am eager to live each new day with a clear mind, welcoming the strength in me. Nothing will hold me back. The positivity that motivates me. Though the path ahead may be dark at times, I am fierce, full of vigor, and able to move forward without hesitation. So like eagerness, the best offense is a good defense. So like once you've reached in and gathered your strength to pursue what you want, then that is the right time, the divine timing to go forward with your endeavors. And that's what I have for you today, Kat. And because I love this deck so much, I say that again. But I'm going to pull a Rainbow Brain Skull card for you. This is kind of like about our, spiritual connection within. You're welcome, Kat.
And Corey and Mines want to know really quick, which deck is that with the ladies that you've been showing? We're all for it.
The Luminescent Oracle, and that's by Ana Neves. I'm pretty sure I got that at Barnes and Noble. I think. I look everywhere. Love this card. Hang on. Let me see what they say. I usually do my own interpretation and then I'm like, what do they think, Water the things you care about. It ain't always gonna be dirt. All right. Everything big was once a tiny version of itself. The universe itself was once the size of a sesame seed. Trust that if you consistently show up and make the effort, your dreams will come to fruition. And it's funny because like I have this saying, life's a garden, you gotta dig it. And this is so true because where your energy goes, things flow. Okay. So focus on what you want to grow and send your energy there. And that's what I have for you today, Kit Kat.
All righty. So, woohoo, Kit Kat. I can go for a Kit Kat now. All
Hey,
righty.
AB Intuitive.
Yep, Sylvia's here. Hi, Sylvia. So, Kat, you got co-create. You got co-creative heart. And this is about looking for clear signs. And there are 3 questions that they present as prompts. So it's up to you if you want to maybe write these down and maybe work with them. But it says here, what makes you open, my dear heart? What makes you come alive and experience happiness, joy, and fulfillment? What gives you a sense of wholeness and satisfaction? What is your true calling? And so I feel like there are whispers and things coming to you from your soul that wants you, that your heart wants to get excited about, and it's trying to whisper to you, do you see this? Do you feel this? Let's do this. And I see that in your cards, your tarot cards. You got the 2 of Wands. And so, yes, look for clear signs. So you have the whole world in your hands. So the 2 of Wands, all about planning. You got an idea that there's an idea. So I feel like you've been listening to the whispers and kind of thinking, well, maybe I should, maybe I should. Right now, that card is the top card is the tangible one. So I feel like you're really starting to get this idea and you're trying to make it, bring it more into form. You're like, it's kind of like the prototype card for me because we're planning, we're laying down foundations, we're tweaking, we're brainstorming. So those 2 wands are showing that, you've got something, the horizon's open to you and you're ready to lift those wings and to fly. So your underlying energy, wondering, well, is this going to maybe be successful? Will this work? So I listen to my heart. Listen to your heart when she's calling to you. See, I always got to make something into a song. So when you do, your underlying energy is the 6 of Wands. Yes, you will be successful. You will be victorious. I love this card because she passes through that gate. She's in that beautiful, lush garden or woods, excuse me. And yeah, she's atop her horse. And so whatever it is that your heart is telling you to listen to it, pay attention to what your heart, your inner self wants, and know that you hold the power, in your hands. And with those 2 wands, brainstorm. It's like see how far you can take this, whatever this idea is, or something that you want to do. It's just like that open horizons. There's like so much. So maybe start brainstorming. Grab a sheet of paper, start writing stuff down. Maybe maybe one of those questions that resonate with you. That maybe you can answer some of those that might help you put yourself on the right footing, on the right path, and then from there start planning. And just know you will have that achievement. You will have that success. That will be yours. And it'll be yours and yours alone. What I like about this, and I want to reiterate, is that our success may not be seen as success in somebody else's eyes, but their opinion is nothing. If we do something, no matter again how small, and we find success or we find victory in that, even in the small things, you take that, you enjoy it. It's you, and you're doing it for nobody but yourself. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Thanks for letting us read for you. All righty. So I am looking up. How are you doing on time and how do you feel physically?
I'm good physically right now. And Sylvia wants one, so I've already started shuffling for her.
But we do
I,
have
I
Brenda.
oh, we do have Brenda. I missed that. Okay.
Well, we
Does
have
Brenda?
Brenda.
What's his?
Well, Brenda just asked for, just said me, so I guess it's a general.
Okay,
We had Sam come in and asked us a question. So how many, right now
we
we
can do
have
them.
three. Okay.
I can do
So
those. I'm good for. I'm good for
will be the
3.
last one. Okay. So Brenda is here. And I don't know if I've ever read for Brenda. So
Brenda's the best, and if you guys aren't subscribed, you need to be there. She's on Wednesday and Friday at 2 Central, 3 Eastern, and then Sunday. So she's going to be on at 7 on her channel too. It's a Sunday night hangout. Hi, Selena.
Selena had a show today. Make sure everybody go and watch. She interviewed, I can't remember her whole name, but her name is Enid, and she sounds absolutely fascinating. So be sure to check out her guest from today.
You're welcome, Sky Dancer. Have a
Yes,
good
that's my
evening.
answer. Brenda. Ooh. Let's see something here. Okay. Were you set, or do you want me to go?
Go ahead and go. I have another deck that I'm going to be using. I'm just shuffling it now.
At birthday, she shuffled it. Every time I say shuffling, I get that sound in my head. So, Brenda, I got the card of new beginnings. Here, let me just take this down really quick. So you can see the picture. And yes, there is a little bit of nudity in this deck. So we have new beginnings. And so I just love my look. Well, okay. So let's take a look at the cards here. With new beginnings, there is something that you are really wanting to take. It already looks like you're taking off. It's like she took that leap of faith. That was like the Fool card, and she's leaping and she's grabbing. I love how she's grabbing onto that little baby angel. But there is something new beginning. You're focusing on something, whether it's a new project, maybe it's something with your channel. But there's this strong energy of new beginnings, something new that you want to start. Your top card, however, your tangible energy of what's going on is the Five of Wands. So there's some sort of conflict involved with this new beginning. This could be maybe it could be interpersonal, or it could just be um, you kind of struggling with ideas. There's this new beginning on the horizon, or you want to create a new beginning, but there are so many ideas. It's like literally like her, you want to just pull your hair out, yank your hair out. So there seems something needs to be worked out. You're working out something. Be open to having assistance, asking for help, because she did get the Page of Pentacles. No, excuse me, the Six of Pentacles. And even though I don't do reversals, she did come out reversed. And so for me, that means maybe that there has been some sort of offer to assist you on this. And you've been maybe turning it down or trying to do this on your own. Whatever that may be, just know that it feels like the with the universe, because she even has the universe with her on this. So maybe that's also connecting with your angelic family, your angelic spirit guides. I am going to actually pull just one more card, because at Five of Wands, just a lot of chaos, a lot of noise, a lot of struggling. This could maybe very well to be people saying, well, maybe you should do it this way. No, maybe you should do it that way. Well, did you think about doing this? And you're just kind of like, I need this needs to stop. And you're ready to pull your hair out. So perhaps that reversed Six of Pentacles means that you may have a lot of people wanting to help you right now. And that may not necessarily be what you need. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull another card really quick. See if we can get a little bit extra insight. Two of Cups. Okay, so this has to do with a close relationship, close bonds, close relationships. Okay, so this could very well be a personal relationship then. Maybe somebody wants to offer you the assistance and you may feel like you can't accept it. You may have turned them down. And that might be too what's causing the conflict. But right now, without doing a full on spread, it just seems like there's something new, something that you want to do, something you want to take off with. But because of a close relationship, because sometimes people don't want to mix money with friendships or close relationships. I know that that's happened to me. So um, that could be what's causing the struggle or the conflict. But I'm curious to see what Jax gets. So that's what I have for you, Brenda. Thank you for letting me read for you.
All right. So I posed the question, what can't what can no longer be ignored? Like what should you not be doing this week? Because let's start. I like to do if I'm going to do good news, bad news. Let's get the bad news out of the way. So what you need to avoid doing this week: scrolling instead of healing, numbness, mindless distraction. So don't get stuck doom scrolling, right? I mean, it's okay to be in the know if you got to know stuff. Just take a step back when you feel yourself getting below a certain precipice, right? Reach out, text me, message a friend, you don't have to stay there. Don't buy the season tickets, all right? It's just a visit. You're not going to live there. And then as far as, for yourself, right? Like ways that we could connect better. You've got the ride ends, choose arm position card. So this reads, none of this is forever. Enjoy it while it lasts. In the end, you will regret being scared and rigid. Take things lightly and remember the big picture. All things must pass. So nothing is permanent. All right. So don't miss out on something because of fear. It might be okay. And you have more power than you realize. Then I wanted to know what goddess is going to be with you this week. And you got Kali, the Hindu goddess of time and death. A misunderstood goddess, Kali's true nature is divine, but her appearance is demonic. People feared her because they looked only at the surface. Her wrath against all evil beings was so great that she fought and defeated the buffalo demon. To this day, she is revered and feared in equal amounts. So change, perception, intuition, and new beginnings is what Kali is all about. And that's what I have for you today, Brenda. Thank you for letting me read for you.
Wow, Kali. Yeah. She's a mover and a shaker, let me tell you. I had a friend work with her and she didn't hold up her end of the bargain and boy, Kali came after. So it's like, yeah, she can get things going, but you got to stick with her and do the work. So, but Kali's powerful. She's pretty badass. And I
Mm-hmm.
look her up, thank you. And she says, yes, I am starting something new. Okay. I know I made a mistake once of making an arrangement with a friend over and it had to do with money. And yeah, that ended 25 years of friendship. So, sometimes when, people offer, we kind of get like, "Whoa." So, but Brenda knows what the dealio, what the dealio is on that one. So we have Sam Reen. I don't know if it's Sam or Sam Reen, but she says, what will be my life as an international student abroad? I am turning 30 and a single woman looking forward to upskilling my career and game and settled in life. That's awesome. Kudos to you, my
Nice.
dear.
All right.
So let's see what we get from the tarot. Hmm. Did you want to go first?
Yes. So it's a big change. And what do you need to be cautious of in this big move? Even your spirit guide quit. Disillusionment, abandonment. So don't don't forget to look within and stay connected with your spirit guides. Like, I find that the further off center that I get, the harder it is to get back to the comfortable range, right? And so um, there's going to be a lot of influences, telling you, this is good, that's good. You're going to have everybody and their brother telling you, don't forget to ask you, the inner you, so your guide doesn't think you're ignoring them, and because you want clear tips, helpful tips. And sometimes if the door is slammed in our face, it's because they're like, that's not for you. We want you over here. So make sure you check in with yourself regularly on that. For your first card, I got the metal snake. I'm going to do the sacred triangle. It's kind of like a general, right? What's going to happen. So for the metal snake, snakes are typically enigmatic and wise. It's good to leave, some things to mystery. You don't want to put all your cards on the table necessarily right away. For the snake, let me see what his alternate element is. $76. All right, so for the metal snake, you want to embrace the great transformation, okay? The yin metal in the snake represents beauty and charm, but in order to transform metal, which is cold in nature, into something useful, we need fire to refine it. The snake is a fire sign, and one of the travel stars in Chinese metaphysics is the change agent, the flame that adds magic and charisma to the metal snake pillar. Like a snake shedding its skin, this card signifies a time of major change that will take you to a whole new world once the process is complete. You may be conscious of these changes happening or about to happen in your life. Transformation comes with pains and gains, and allow them in without fear, for you will be pleasantly surprised with where you end up. Part of the process involves embracing and loving the person you're becoming. Now, for your second card, challenges that could be thrown in your way for this move, the Earth Monkey. Okay, so you can move mountains. Now, the monkey is smart and curious, and they're also sharp. Let's see, Earth. Earth. 56. The Earth Monkey encourages us to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult our situation is. Yang Earth, symbolized by mountains, can represent stability and strength, as well as obstacles and blockages when it appears in a card. The Brave Monkey, a Yang metal sign, is the Chinese zodiac's revolutionary spiritual warrior. Truth is important to the monkey, who can swiftly cut through any barrier that stands in the way of truth. The card highlights the power of sheer will and determination to make the impossible possible. Believe in yourself and be bold in your actions to achieve the impossible. So if your gut tells you to do something during this endeavor, don't doubt it. There's a lot of things that try to make us doubt. And then for your final card, for messages from your inner self, you got the Earth Dog. Reconnect with ancestral love. So not only are you looking within, for your own answers, but, use the wisdom of the lives past, your ancestors, your guides, your spirits. Um, Dogs are loyal, right? They're loyal, they're calm, they're kind. Um, for the earth dog, it highlights the power of intuition. So it's still telling you to go within on this entire journey. Um, the dog, the monkey, the snake, they're all through stages of changes. For you're gonna want to have the dog is about love and honesty, right? Also, and loyalty. Patience is a quality of the yang earth in the element. So take time getting to know your ancestors. They've always been with you and are so happy that you're connecting and listening to your guidance. Often the most unique gifts come from our heritage. Share those gifts that and embrace them and embrace what runs in your blood. So when you're looking within, don't forget to act to like use everything available to you as you're making these decisions. I think it's going to be a happy outcome. Have a positive feeling about this. And you have a lot of stable like earth and metal. Those are really good like building blocks, right? Um, and then for challenges, spiritually that you are going to need to remember, long-term growth is extremely slow. So be patient as you're going through this change and know that the things that you need to come to you might not happen overnight, but persistence and being kind and doing it in a loving way and being resilient is going to get you where you need to be. And that's what I have for you, Sam Reen Tech.
Okay. She says, dog is my Chinese zodiac sign. Me too. I'm a metal dog. Yeah. So, Sam, I have some interesting cards here. Um, and I'm wondering if I know we're looking at kind of because I don't do like necessarily prophetic fortune telling like reads. I kind of look at the energy of you going abroad and kind of the energy of what's going on right now. And I'm wondering if there people are speaking to you and acknowledging or maybe making you question your decision to do this. And the reason why I ask is that your top card, which is what's tangible, what's you're experiencing right now, is the Five of Pentacles. And I know that you wouldn't be able to go abroad and study if you didn't have the finances. So I'm feeling like this may be concerns either that you are having of the future once you get over there, or this may be somebody or family or people in your circle that are maybe acknowledging, well, if you go over there, you may not be able to find a job, you may run out of money, you may not have any sort of stability. But one of the lines from the author that wrote in this book from the deck I'm using, she wrote, a loss of physical or material stability leads one to seek spiritual answers and consider a new path. So I'm wondering if that is you and why you want to be able to go abroad. You're going to be putting like the naysayers off to the side and say, no, I have to trust in myself, in my spiritual, um, in my spirit, in my spiritual guides before moving forward. Now, your underlying energy is the Nine of Swords. So there is some sense of anxiety, fear, and worry going on right now with this doing this international, going abroad and studying. Again, this may be natural worry, but this is like kind of like a strong card of worry. And I don't know if this is again this anxiety or the self doubt. is being perpetuated by what other people are saying, or if this is something that you're experiencing on your own. Right now, your middle card, your significator, your energy, is the strength card though. And the strength card is all about being able to tap into that wild nature of ours and be able to tame it, finding strength, finding courage, fortitude in moving forward. And I did ask for a card to cross. Is it like a helping or a hindering? And I'm just wondering out of curiosity if this might be what you want to study, if it has anything to do with maybe the legal or justice system. I did get the justice card. And so I thought, well, maybe this might be a career in some sort of political, judicial, some sort of court like or legality sort of, degree that you're going after. But also, what I love, what the first line is of this card is being brave enough to seek the truth. So, right now, this is about listening to the inner call of right action, regardless of pressure from external forces. So, right now, looking at that and reading that, that's why I'm wondering if you are receiving external pressure or bias from people. It may be well intentioned and it may not be. I mean, it could be a little bit of both. But finances are a concern. Well, if finances are a concern, maybe taking a step back, reevaluate. Um, that's something that you're going to have to decide. Um, you're going to have to find a balance too when it comes to that in your decision making. Because with these two cards here, for me, those are red flags. And I wasn't sure if those were people, necessarily saying, well, you're 30 years old, you're a single woman, you're going across, depending on where you live and your culture, this could be something that could be very frightening for some people. And cultures, maybe, for us being women, especially 30 independent, for some cultures, that's something that may not be looked upon, as honorable or may create concern. So right now, I would make sure that you are on you're connected spiritually, grounded to your guides, grounded within yourself, and you really sit down and have a talk with yourself. If it's naysayers, it's like, okay, you know, I appreciate, let me focus. And so right now it's up to you. Jack's had very positive cards, and these could be positive as well, but you're going to have to be the one that knows in the long run whether you can do this financially. If I don't know if you've studied, you researched enough to see once you go abroad, is that where you're going to work? How are those transcripts, those credits, how are they going to relate back to whatever country you are from? So this is something that's not a light undertaking, and you are extremely brave and courageous and strong for being able to do that, and that's pretty badass. But you just got to make sure that all your ducks are in a row, that you know how everything is all figured. Not everything, but just knowing that you have enough form of support, stability to be able to get you through that. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Good luck on that. I wish you the best. So, all righty. And our last reading is Sylvia, a bit intuitive. And not Jax, Irene popped in and said hello too. So Irene is hanging out. All righty. So, in the light of celebrating women today, what message from my spirit guides in regard being a woman today and going forward? Let's see. Let's grab from the Healing Heart. And thank you, everybody who has joined us, who were here and had to go. Jackson, I appreciate your support in celebrating. Again, like I said, everybody every day should be celebrated. no matter what day it is. But we appreciate one hanging out with us and letting us read for you. And to be sure to subscribe to Jax's channel. She did her first short reading yesterday, and she got a lot of cute videos too of her little Bubba and her little cookies and stuff. So,
I got little fur babies.
little fur babies. Hi, Cat Goddess. Just for people coming in, just so you know, this is our last reading. Jax and I have been on for an hour and a half, and she's got to get ready to probably make din for her family and get herself settled in for tonight. But again, too, a lot of these personal readings are things that we all experience, and you may find a message for you in one of the personal ones. So,
All right, so I'm using the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck for you. Your card is the Snake card, Life Force. It's so Life Force is what the card is about, but its shadow is depletion. All right. So there is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there's only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. Keep the channel open. When a snake slithers into your life, it's always a bit startling. Snakes jolt you out of the humdrum and into the immediacy of now. Serpent power manifests as generative, sexual, and spiritual life force. Drawing on this potency gives you unlimited Shakti, the divine feminine power that flows through everything in the universe. This card means that life force lies coiled at the ready, waiting to come through you as a unique expression into matter. But pulling snake can also indicate that something is blocking your vitality. The two keys to your aliveness are sexual well-being and creative flow. Do you trust your body? Do you listen to what your core urges you to do to keep the channel open? This card encourages you to have a heart-to-heart with your inner Shakti. Find out what turns her on. And then I also pulled from the Goddess Oracle deck. And the card that you got is Rhiannon. I set myself free by forgiving others and myself. She's the Celtic goddess of the moon and horses. After marrying a king and bearing a beautiful son, Rhiannon was falsely blamed for the disappearance of her child. She was condemned to relive her shame by telling her story to all. Nevertheless, when the truth was revealed, Rhiannon forgave everyone and reigned with compassion in her heart. Reflect on a situation where forgiveness is needed, and this is a separate ritual. It says, write a letter of forgiveness to yourself or another, then symbolically let it go, like by tearing it up or setting it on fire in a fire-safe container, of course. And that's what I have for you today, Sylvia. Thank you for letting me read for you.
all righty, Sylvia, another card. We've gotten a couple of cards that are repeats, so a lot of these, readings again can be very much for the collective. So, Sylvia, from My Healing Heart, you got the Hungry Heart. Kind of like Hungry Eyes, but this one's Hungry Heart. Awaken the true song of your heart. Okay. And it says here, Dear heart, I know you hunger for the most profound depth, intensity, passion, juiciness, and divine ecstasy. You want to taste and embody all that love entails, and you desire to feel all your layers of protection melt and to be truly seen and held by another. You want to be appreciated for all of you, the beautiful and the painful. You want someone to support you through your unprocessed trauma with gentle kindness and compassion. All of this is possible. You have been starved of genuine affection, kindness, and gentleness. And I'm now ready to truly see, listen, and treat you with utmost respect and kindness so that you can heal. I want to help you awaken the true sound of your heart and your ability to befriend and learn from all of your feelings. Um, this will create a wholeness and a stability within your being where you can develop concentration, self reflection, steadfastness, and an intimate self knowingness. And I love that self knowingness because once we know and love and embrace ourselves, that way we start to heal a lot of those traumas and how we open up our hearts and energy to be able to welcome the right people into our life. And we've done readings like this, Sylvia. um, Now, for I got two very interesting tarot cards to go with that. They're both nines. I'm going to look at the underlying energy first because you also got the nine of swords. So this card again is telling me there's that sense of self doubt, anxiety, um, sleepless nights. Very much, being alone, wanting to have that connection, that deep connection with another. And for me, that's that underlying energy that's kind of still, I feel like it's taking more control, maybe than you realize, in your life. But there still is acknowledging that there is that sadness, there is that the heaviness. But your top card, the tangible, is the nine of pentacles. So you everything that you have worked for, that channel, the videos, the interviews, everything that you've done, to advance yourself is all been worked is hard worked for. You are single, you are independent, this is your garden. And I like what I think part of the message is that only those who deserve to be in that garden, you will allow in. And I know that with the nine of swords, that if it takes a certain period of time, it takes too long, that may causes anxiety. Am I going to be alone? But that's something that we have to, we can visit those emotions when they come up, but we have to, also not, basically be in bed with them all the time. So with that nine of pentacles, just keep exuding that self-confidence, work within yourself, keep empowering yourself. And with that type of energy, you know, you will eventually find somebody that deserves to be in that garden. They have earned it, just like you earned creating it. You have the keys and the control over that garden. So that's what I have for you, my dear. It was nice to read for you. It's been a while. And she says, yes, good messages. Yes. And right. She is a woman of short words. And I got a private message here. Yes. So that was our last reading. Thank you, everybody. Miss Jackson's got to run. Thank you, honey, for joining me. It was fun. Beautiful readings. And again, for people who have seen Desiree in my channel, she lost her grandson. He passed away. He was born early, didn't make it. And so if you see her in chat, or if you remember seeing her, her name is Desiree. We can just send her a lot of love and healing energy and support for her and her family at this time. So happy International Women's Day. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you on our next show. Thank you again. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.